Hey guys, welcome to another video from Historic Militaria. Today we're going to be looking at a broom handle that defies explanation. This is a 6-shot Mauser broom handle, and Mauser actually did make some 6-shot guns. You can tell by the shorter magazine, obviously, and the entire dimensions of the gun are smaller. You have sort of the bolo-sized grips, and these are actually factory checkered in a very different way, but this is factory checkering. There are other guns with this same pattern, and it just seems like Mauser experimented with some that way. But the real interesting thing about this gun is the serial number. This does not have a numeric serial number. It is in fact serial number G, and the G is right there. It is actually repeated right here on the frame. Actually, if we uncock the hammer, probably be able to see it a lot better. There we go. So as you can see, it is G, and then it is repeated here, and then repeated on the hammer. Also, the bolt stop, if my camera will focus, is serial number G as well. Now, this gun, the upper has been reblued at some point. I'm not really sure why, but it was. But otherwise, it is a standard Mauser 6-shot large ring hammer, probably from about 1901, 1902. A little bit hard to date it since you don't have an actual serial number on it, but these grips kind of showed up around the 29,000 serial number range when Mauser made some other bolo 10-shot bolos that had grips like this, and those were in the 29,000 serial number range, so probably 1901, 1902. This gun actually went to von Leeuwenhoek and Detmold, who were the exclusive importers for Mauser broom handles at the time, and this would have been stamped at the factory, so this gun was destined for export when it was made. The records actually were obtained from Griffin and Howe, and the records indicate it was sold about 1902 in New York City just to an individual, and really I'm sure he was a great guy, but nothing really stood out about him, so I'm not really sure what serial number G was, why serial number G was made. In the original records, also, there is an M gun, so there's a G and an M floating around. Not really sure what happened to M, but this is G, and this is what it looks like today. Obviously, as I said, the upper has been reblued. This is a later salt blue finish, it looks like to me, the very black that you're seeing. But as you can see, this gun was purpose made to be a 6-shot from the beginning. You've got no tangent rear sight. You just have this fixed sight right here. Also, you're looking at the longer extractor, so that definitely dates the gun to the very early 1900s, as well as your large ring hammer, which had definitely gone out of fashion by about 1902 to 1904. This one also has a sight that I have seen on a lot of other VLD or von Leeuwenhoek and Detmold guns, and that's got this little brass or copper sort of extension on the top to give it a look like that. I do believe that VLD would actually do that for you, since I've seen other Mauser broom handles with that same modification to the front sight. It just seems to make it a little more visible to fire. But just a very strange gun, and kind of gives you an idea of what you might be dealing with when you're trying to collect broom handles and trying to categorize them. I mean, I don't really know how you categorize this gun. It's got so many weird features, from the weird grips to the weird serial number to just kind of everything about it. that it's kind of a mystery. Also, I'll just mention that the inside, the follower, the magazine follower, is actually serial number G as well. So this gun started out from the factory as serial number G, and again, why that is, who knows. You do have your standard Mauser marks on this side, and a very standard 6-shot with your magazine release right here that is typical of 6-shot guns. Other than that, there's not really much else to say about it. It's just a really, really, really weird one. And that is kind of what makes collecting broom handles and trying to figure them out so interesting. One other thing I'll mention is that there are, looks like an old kind of serial number of some sort, or stock number on the grips, and that's definitely done around the time of use. Also, the grips themselves are actually serialed G, so they do match the gun as well. And really, unfortunately, it looks like some of the vivid markings underneath here that might, probably not though, that might have given it some sort of clue as to what it was are gone with the reblue. I mean, you can see a few things, but not much. Also, this one, for whatever reason, the Mauser chamber marking has been very carefully removed. It was just very neatly taken off. Again, not really sure why. But this is one of those Mauser mysteries that just kind of endures. And why Mauser would make a G gun and an M gun, who knows? It's one of those things you can just kind of sit around and just scratch your head for a long time. But Mauser was full of mysteries, and kind of anyone that tries to categorize all Mausers were this, or all Mausers did this at this time, well, that's kind of futile. But thanks for watching, and hope you've enjoyed seeing a very interesting and kind of mysterious 6-shot broom handle. If you like what you're seeing, like and subscribe. Throw a comment in the comments if you know anything about these, or even if you have a theory as to why they did this. I'd love to hear it. And always do check back. I'm always putting out new videos. So like, subscribe, and watch. Thanks for viewing.